served us an arugula salad with orange slices and homemade citrus dressing. The meat arrived alongside a fresh Kalamata olive loaf and flash-fried broccoli sprinkled with lemon shavings. Yep, Leif and I were definitely prodigal children. Every meal prior to this one during our marathon season of work suddenly felt like pig feed. Our hearts weren't brought back to life because the dinner was swanky or exclusive. Our hearts revived because the food was intentional and curated with love. The meal nourished my soul in places I didn't realize I was starving. After dark chocolate ganache, flourless cake, and specialty roasted coffee, Matthew took us to see an oversized refrigerator in the garage where he cured meat and aged cheeses, the ones we munched on earlier. Then we followed him to the backyard to see his lush garden boxes of lettuce, an array of spices, and lemon trees. The four of us talked late into the evening, and I didn't want to leave. By the time we said goodbye, a spiritual bond had formed. We had arrived cranky, sore, and exhausted, but left satiated in our bellies and hearts. Together, we had enjoyed the gift of food, the gift of togetherness, the gift of presence. As Christian Morgenstern might say, we came home. Years later, I recounted the story of that night to another dinner party. To break the ice, the host, Janie, asked the attendees to share about their most memorable meal. When nobody spoke up and the silence became uncomfortable, Janie volunteered to go first. She described an evening in Venice with her husband. The Italian eatery lacked menus and only had 5 tables. The chef prepared the meal from fresh ingredients and his latest culinary whim. When the sun-dried tomato focaccia ran out, he sprinted down the street to buy more. The mushroom marinara sauce, the romantic setting, the time together, just us, that place, she recalls. The restaurant is gone now, and that makes me love it all the more. The memory is forever frozen in time. Nicholas followed with a memory from his childhood. Growing up in a military family meant bouncing from town to town and base to base. While stationed off the coast of San Diego, his parents slipped him cash for a beachside fish fry. I loved the freedom of going alone, he remembered. I was only 10 and the fish had been caught that day. Moist, tender, the best fillets I've ever eaten. Next, Emily described a holiday meal surrounded by family and a table laden with pan-roasted turkey, cranberry stuffing, and sweet potato pie. That was the last Thanksgiving with my grandmother. I still try to follow her recipes, but they never taste as good as when she made them. After I shared about my remarkable meal with Matthew and Ashley, Yang went last. She described the meal her adopted parents served on the first night she arrived in her new home. They tried to make the transition easier by serving her a syrupy sweet teriyaki chicken atop mushy minute rice. I remember wondering how I could live with these people when the food was so bad, Yang said. We couldn't help but laugh. But then Yang explained her new mom appeared with a dessert, a package of almond cookies from China. They tasted like home, and the tension dissipated. In exchanging stories about our most memorable meals, we shared more about ourselves than our culinary preferences. We revealed our deepest longings. For Janie, the pasta in Venice uncovered the desire for closeness with her spouse. Nicholas's fish fry revealed his need for independence from a young age. Emily's Thanksgiving memory unveiled the importance of family, tradition, and memories. Yang's almond cookies spoke of a deep need for belonging. I saw a pattern unfolding before me that I couldn't ignore. The stories were different, but the theme remained the same. God had been intentional in each gathering. He used these encounters to uncover a deep need and satiate a deep hunger. Driving home, I became curious whether it was all a fluke. Were my friends and I uniquely vulnerable during mealtimes, or were our table experiences shared by others? Was there a connection between spiritual and physical hunger? I couldn't stop thinking about it. Digging even deeper into my story, I realized that there were layers below the surface of the charcuterie and the 36-hour roast. My deepest hunger was my longing for connectedness and friendship. I was raised by